everyone. Today I've decided to film a video about the books that I'd like to get to before the end of the year. This might be a little bit too ambitious, but as long as I get to most of them, I won't be mad about it. So there are quite a few. So yeah, some of them will be part of the series. Some of them are just for different reasons, but I explain my reasoning. So there's not that many books. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, let's get started. So I'll start with my current reads. One of them I can't show you because it's the one I'm currently reading, and it's the one that you'll see in my next video about the Spokopoly vlog, so I won't tell you about that one. But my other two current reads, I started them, I'm pretty sure, in August, and I stopped because there was the readathon in September and then obviously the Spokopoly in October, so they were put on hold. But the first one is Axiom's End by Lindsay Ellis, and this one I took out of my wrapped up books. So if you don't know, I've got like a few older books on my TBR that I've had for a while, and I wrap them up because it's exciting that way. It feels like they're new books. So this one is the one I've taken out obviously in August, and I haven't gone far at all, but I'd like to get to this one, and considering for some reason I'm in the mood for sci-fi as well recently, so it'd be quite a good one to do before the end of the year. But I do think I'm gonna have to start from the beginning because I'm only on page 22. So but this is like I'm not going to go into too much detail about every book, but this one I think is like first contact sort of with aliens type of thing potentially. It sounds really intriguing and really cool, so I think that'll be very nice to get to this one before the end of the year and finish it, because I would rather not put it back on my TBR, otherwise who knows when it's going to be read. But anyway. And my other one is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer, and I'm a lot more into it. This book is like 800 pages or 750 pages, and I'm on page 282. And I have read Twilight. I loved it, but I read it back in the day when I was maybe 18 or so. I love the books. I know they are problematic in so many ways, and the films, I love the films, don't get me wrong, but even now rewatching them, I do cringe quite a lot whilst watching it, at some scenes especially. But it's quite interesting to see it from Edward's point of view, and I was having a good time with it, so it would just be good to finish this one. Although I'm not too fussed about sitting down and finishing it in one go, just because I feel like I know the story anyway, and it doesn't matter to me if I like leave it a little bit and whatnot, so I just prefer to read it every now and then, like in small chunks or something. I'm not fussed about making it my main read, so as long as I finish it by the end of the year, I'll be happy. There are two books that I'd like to get to because it's like the perfect season to get to them, and I just don't think I'll get to them otherwise this year, or until at least next October or something like that. So one of them is A House of Ghosts by W.C. Ryan. I don't remember what this book is about. I bought it ages ago in a charity shop, but obviously it's going to be about a house with ghosts. I do like a good ghost story, so it'd be quite nice to get this off my TBR, because I did buy it quite a few years ago now, and it's just been sitting on my shelf doing nothing, so I'd like to get to this one. And it's a bit of a historical fiction, by the way, because it's set in 1917. Some guests are going to this big house, there's spiritualists involved, and then there's a storm and the guests find themselves trapped on this island, and one of them is going to die. And ghosts. Sounds intriguing, and I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully I'll get to this one sooner rather than later, because I think November is the latest I can push it, because you can't really, well, I can read ghost books anytime obviously, but it wouldn't be quite the same reading it in December, I think. But if I have to, I have to. I'm not too fast if I don't get to it. We'll see. And then another one is The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. I do kind of like the cover. I know everyone's talking about these books. I bought it I think last year and didn't read it last October, but I feel like this time I do need to. I have become a little bit more interested in romance. It's not usually my type of thing at all. I read it like maybe once a year, if that. But this, for some reason, I'm curious about it. It's like obviously like a cozy romance set in a pumpkin spice cafe. It's pretty much all I know about it. It's pretty much all I need to know. I love coffee, so I'm just hoping for good things about this with this one. Again, if I don't get to it, I'm not too fussed about it, but it would be ideal if I did read it in, well, November, the latest again. So there we go. Another one I need to get to as well is one of my subscription boxes, and that is from Tea Time Bookshop box. That is Freeze by Kate Simmons. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And it is purely because I sort of recently subscribed to them and I've read one book by them so far, and for me to know if I want to continue with the being subscribed to them, I need to read the books that I'm being sent. I have been sent another one, so I really need to catch up because I've got this one, then another one, and then obviously the one that's coming, so I really need to catch up and at least read this book realistically. I know that this one is it's like a thriller, and it's set about something to do with reality show or TV show. So I think it's like some crew is going on a ship to do some reality show, like I said, or filming something somewhere. I'm not 100% sure. And one of the guests ends up dead, and there seems to be different like sort of secrets that are starting to spill out, and there might be more dead people. So it does sound intriguing, and I wouldn't like to get to this one sooner rather than later. So yeah. Another one I'm just in the mood for some reason, because I've heard good things about it, that is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. It's like a YA thriller, not thriller, YA like murder mystery, I think. A bit of like dark academia even, maybe. I'm not sure. I do like the cover of this book. I hope it's focusing okay. But it's a trilogy, I'm pretty sure. All I know about this one is there was a cold case, somebody was murdered or just dead, and this teenage girl wants to solve the mystery, basically. Sounds a little bit like Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I absolutely loved. So, and I have heard great things about this one as well. So hopefully I'll get to this one before the end of the year, just purely because I want to. And my next 4 are just part of series. There are 4. Ideally, if I could make progress in other series too, but I feel like these are the ones I really need to prioritize, because otherwise, reasons. So the first one is Silke's Journey by Heather Morris. I absolutely loved the Tattooist of Auschwitz. That was a 5-star, and this is a sequel to it about a different character, obviously. They're based on real story, and I just really want to continue with this one before the end of the year, because I absolutely loved the other one, so I feel like I will really enjoy this one as well. But these are the books that are set in the period of World War II. And in this one we follow Silke. I think that's how you pronounce the name. I absolutely loved the characters in the first one, so I'm excited to see what happens in this one. But yeah. Another one is a YA, I think, fantasy book, Magisterium the Bronski, which is book number 3 in the series. And I feel like I've been reading them very, very slowly because, well, I don't know why, but I feel like I need to read the 3rd book, because the second one I read quite a few months ago, so I feel like I need to read them before I start forgetting what happens. And I do have the 4th one already, because I bought them in the works at some point, just as a set. And, well, my husband bought them for me, I think. So they're quite good fun. They're like set in the magic school, following these 3 characters, these 3 children, how they go through different trials and different things at school. Yeah, it's quite good fun. I don't rate them very highly. I think the highest was 4 stars. But it'd be good to get to this one before the end of the year. I'm not too fussed about finishing off the series before the end of the year, because I don't think that will happen. But at least if I make progress and read the 3rd one, I'd be happy. Another one I want to get to is The Reckoning by Jane Casey, and that is the 2nd book in the series. This is the sequel to The Burning, I believe. And this is police procedural. They're quite thick books, but they're so full of detail, and they feel like I'm so close to real time sort of investigation. They're not hurried up. the cases seem to be dealt with in like the most realistic manner from what I've read from other police procedurals, apart from Kara Hunter. She's amazing. But I did, when I googled the series that is close to Kara Hunter's books, the D.I. Adam Foley series, this one of the ones that came up. I read the first one and gave it 4 stars. Really enjoyed it. It wasn't quite a 5-star for some reason, but I'm really looking forward to this one. I read the first one a few months ago again, so I'd like to get to the second one before I start forgetting little details or characters or like team members and whatnot. So yes, hopefully I'll get to this one. And then I think the last one I'd like to get to, but I won't be too mad about it because the third book is not out in paperback yet. But that is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. I read Belladonna in September and really was taken by surprise by it. That one is a YA dark fantasy, not romantic fantasy even, which was a new genre for me. And I really enjoyed the atmosphere and the vibes and the characters and the romantic element of it. So I really would want to get to book number 2. But like I said, if I don't get to it by the end of the year, I won't be too disappointed, because the third book is not out in paperback yet, and obviously I will want the paperback to match my first 2. So I don't want to read the second one too soon and then wait like another year for a paperback to come out. So maybe I should actually not read it before the end of the year. Maybe I should wait a few months so that it's much more fresher in my mind, because I don't think I would want to reread them in order to read the third book. So I will see how I feel about this one. But this one is a maybe rather than a definite want to. And then I think I'd also like to reread Wuthering Heights by Charlotte Bronte, just because I was speaking to my friend about it the other day, and she pointed out that apparently I gave it 3 stars, but I always thought I gave it 4 stars. And she said she really enjoyed it. I think she gave it 5 stars. So now I'm just curious and want to reread it. I already have it on my Kindle, so that might happen. And another one I'd like to get to is the third book in my the Fate Island series that I've been reading. They're just such good fun. I've mentioned them quite a few times. They are like about this character who inherits a newspaper on this Fate Island, and she's a witch, by the way. And there seems to be, there are like different things happening in there. There's a bit of murder. She's discovering obviously that she's a witch, learning some magic. There's a sassy familiar cat, which is really funny, and the book is so humorous. So I'd like to get to book number 3 as well, just because they're fun, good fun books, and they're only 200 pages, so I don't think that will be a problem. But yes, these are the main books I'd like to get to before the end of the year. Obviously I'd like to read others. There are so many more books that I'd like to get to, but being realistic, these are the ones I need to prioritize, because I just need to prioritize them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.